Yo, what's up? Damon here. Just finished my Wednesday 1,000 steps workout. I like to do it on Wednesdays. So, today's message. It's all about consistency, people. You want to be fit, you got to be consistent. Doesn't matter how good you do in your workout, doesn't matter how hard you train, doesn't matter how good you eat. Sometimes it has to be consistent every day. Workout every day. Burn calories every day. Eat right every day. You got to do it every single day consistently. So with that said, you got to make it a habit, okay? Once you make things a habit, it makes them much easier to stick to it because it just becomes just as normal as like you getting up and brushing your teeth, right? So I recommend one of the things to do to make this a habit, because there's two main habits that you need to do to get fit and stay fit, okay? Number one, you got to be able to, you need to work out every day because you need to burn calories, right? So you need to work out every day. So one of the best things that I recommend that you do to make it consistent is to sacrifice some sleep and do it before work. And the reason is because if you get in the habit of doing that, right, now it's going to take you up to 66 days or more of doing it every single day before it starts to form a habit, okay? That's science, okay? 66 days. Sometimes longer, sometimes a little bit shorter, but on average, 66 days to make a habit. So you're going to have to force yourself to wake up early every single day for 66 days before it starts to feel natural, before it starts to become a habit, right? And when it becomes a habit, then it's easy because it's just a normal part of your life. It's just how you live, right? This is why I work out 7 days a week. It's a habit. It's the first thing I do in the morning. So, and one of the reasons is because I do it first thing. Even whenever we go on vacations, the first thing that I do as soon as I wake up, and Des knows this too, right? So my wife knows this. She knows as soon as I wake up, I'm going to go work out before I do anything. Before we start our day, before we go have any fun, I have to train, right? It's a priority every day. So every single day, I'll wake up, slam some water, take my pre-workout, boom, I'm gone, okay? Get my workout done, then, go do whatever I'm going to do. If it's during the week, I'm working, if we're on vacation, then we go enjoy the day and go have some fun, right? So what happens is people get hung up at work, right? They got a fire they got to put out. They got something going on. They got a project that has a deadline. They got something going on. They, if they own a business, they got something that happened and they're like, oh man, I need to, whatever, right? And then they end up missing their workout window, right? Which means they're going to be inconsistent. Remember, the whole thing is about being consistent, right? Second thing is the other side is too, is that you're going to be so smoked at the end of the day, just mentally and emotionally from work, right? All you want to do is just go home and just decompress and relax, right? I get it. I hate working out in the afternoons or evenings. Like, hate it with a passion because I'm smoked, right? I've been up early all day long. Like, I'm smoked, so I don't want to work out in the evening. So, and the same thing like even with my clients, right? My clients in the evening typically work probably only 50 to 70% as hard as my morning crews do, okay? No joke. For this exact reason, because they're smoked by the end of the day. I get it. I'd be doing 50 to 70% too if I was working out in the evening, right? So that's why I recommend working out early. The second thing that you need to do, okay, and this is a must, if you want to be lean and live lean, you have to make tracking your food a habit, okay? And the reason is because when you track your food, okay, and we use an app called MyFitnessPal, okay? It's an app we use. So we use MyFitnessPal. So by tracking your food, you're going to make yourself more aware of what you are actually consuming, which means you are going to be more aware of where your calories are, and you're going to know when you're done, right? So a lot of you think like, oh, I'm only eating 1,200 calories a day and I can't lose any weight. I hear that all the time. No, you're not. Are you tracking your food? No. Are you weighing your portions? No. You're eating 3,200, not 1,200, and that's why you're not losing, okay? So, so track your food. If you do those two things, you burn calories every day and you track your calories every day and you create a calorie deficit, you are going to burn fat every single day. Okay? Now you got to do this every single day of the week. Even when you go out on the weekends, track your food. track your alcohol, track what you eat. And always when you track it in your app, when you eat out, track it higher than what you think it is, right? So if you're ordering like a, you know, steak and vegetables like I teach you guys, order just protein and vegetables when you go out to dinner, right? Track, and you know, and you're looking up filet mignon and there's like the option of like one that's 300 calories and one that's, you know, 900 calories. Choose the 900 calorie one because that's more accurate. Because when you go to a restaurant, they're choosing the higher calorie cuts of meat. They're putting a lot of fats and butters and all kinds of things, and even if you order smart, you're still going to be getting higher calorie stuff. So it's always going to have a lot more calories than you think. So always track the higher amount. Okay, so that's a little trick. So that's really the two main things that you need to do. And if you force yourself to do this for 66 days, you're going to create a habit. And once it's a habit, man, it's easy. Like you guys ask me like all the time, like how do you do it? How do you do it every day? Because it's a habit. I've been doing it for years. So it's just, you know, it's just a normal part of life, and I actually enjoy it. Like I love working out. Like I love eating healthy. Like I love these things, you know, they're a habit, and these are the things that make me feel good, right? They make me feel my optimal best. And in order for me to perform in life my optimal best and in business and to be happy with myself and in my relationships with people and everything, right? That comes from you, from being happy from within, from taking care of yourself first, right? A lot of you, especially you moms, you guys put your children as a priority, right? And when you put your children as a priority, right, what's going to happen is you neglect yourself. And when you neglect yourself, that means that you are getting unhealthy, which means you are actually taking away from them because you are not performing your best. You are not your happiest self for them. So you are not being as good of a parent as you could be because you are neglecting yourself. See, you got it all backwards. You know, you guys put your kids up on this pedestal and you put them first, and what ends up happening is you're miserable, right? And when you're miserable, you make them miserable. You make your spouse miserable. On top of that too, when you put, and this is a little lesson for you ladies, right? Because everybody tends to do this. It's very, very common. And I'm gonna tell you this because I see it all the time. You ladies, and the guys are guilty of this too, you put your kids first, okay? In your relationship, okay? What is the most important thing and the most important gift you could give your children? A strong marriage, right? You put your kids first, what ends up happening is your husband's getting neglected, your wife is getting neglected, and then there creates a disconnection between you two, right? And when there's a disconnection, bickering, fighting, resentment, all kinds of issues, then guess what that leads to? The big D, right? The big D. And that's because you put your kids first. Don't put your kids first. It's you, your spouse, kids. Okay? In that order. All right? I'm telling you now. And every single professional will tell you this. I have taken fucking tons of marriage courses. Every one of them will tell you the same exact thing. Okay? So take care of you first. And you got to be consistent, people. Fitness requires you being consistent, okay? So anyway, so that's my little lesson for you guys for today. I'm gonna wrap this up. So remember, 66 days to make a habit. Burn calories every day, track your calories every day. You do those two things, you're going to be much happier, much healthier, and you're going to add more value to the lives of the people that are around you, okay? Your kids, your spouse, your work, your everybody. You're going to add more value to them because you are going to be a much happier person to be around. You are going to be a much better looking person to look at and be more visually pleasing to your spouse we were just speaking of, because a lot of you let yourselves go, and that is unacceptable and disrespectful to your relationship and your spouse. So be consistent, do these things, and level up your lives, baby. Level up your lives. Okay, I'll see you next time.